Now, to understand this little parable song, you're going to have to travel way, way back when I was a lot younger and things were a lot different. Now, this is really a parable for petrol heads. They'll understand this song a bit better, I think. Because way back then, we had cars that had different makes that aren't around nowadays. We had Morris cars, you see, Morrises. We had Austins. We had Rovers. You don't see many of those cars around anymore. They're a bit sort of antique, aren't they? But also names. We had men called Morris. We had men called Austin. And we had some dogs called Rover. Now, not all dogs were called Rover, but some were. So here's a little parable song which is called M.O.T. Now, I think you'll get the point of the song as I sing it to you. I went up to Morris and told him he looked so good. And Morris said, with Goodyear tread, I certainly think I should. And Morris was the greatest car to ever hit the road. But he never worried about his engine because it never showed. Minnie was a smashing car, she always ran so well. She always made eyes at cars her size and Rolls and Jags as well. And Minnie was the greatest car to ever hit the road. But she never worried about her engine because it never showed. You could always tell when Austin's around, no one can ever fail. In a crowd he is so loud with his big ball on his tail. And Austin was the greatest car to ever hit the road. But he never worried about his engine because it never showed. A very fine car was Rover, a faithful automobile. He was always so clean, was a pleasure to be seen, with chrome on every wheel. And Rover was the greatest car to ever hit the road. But he never worried about his engine because it never showed. Well, M.O.T. they hit Car Town. With smiles they looked so smart. But they weren't so pleased when their engine ceased. And none of them could start. So none of them made the grade. Now they're all on the dump. When all they needed was a drop of oil in their engine sump. So none of them made the grade. Now they're all on the dump. When all they needed was a drop of oil in their engine sump.